have some really big news coming in on Sanjay Roy, his family member, basically his mother, none other than his mother itself, who's spoken exclusively to India Today's Suryagni Roy, where she says, my son has no anger issues. My son is godly. He is holier than thou. The words of the mother of Sanjay Roy, the prime accused in this case. If I could exactly quote what Sanjay Roy's mother says, she says, Sanjay has never misbehaved with anyone. Sanjay Roy is harmless man. If someone has framed my son, please punish him. This is the mother of Sanjay Roy who says that my son could be framed. Please punish the man who's behind this. My son has never misbehaved with anyone. He's a very harmless man, also godly. This is precisely the mother. Well, a mother's love, you can't ever explain. But here clearly she looks at her son as someone who's holier than thou, who's never harmed anyone, and she feels this is a conspiracy against him. Let's listen into this all exclusive.
সঞ্জয় কি এই বাড়িতেই থাকতো?
হ্যাঁ, এই বাড়িতেই থাকতো।
যেদিন এই ঘটনাটা ঘটলো ৮ তারিখ রাতে সঞ্জয় কখন বেরিয়েছিল বাড়ি থেকে?
আমি তা বলতে পারবো না। আমি যে ৮ তারিখ সেটা আমি তারিখটা দেখিনি তো।
৯ তারিখ
আমি তারিখটা তো দেখিনি, সেই জন্য বলছি। তারিখটা যদি জানতাম তাহলে ও বললাম এসে জল খেলো, বললাম খাবি না বাবু? বললো কি না আমি কাজে যাচ্ছি। ব্যাস, তারপর থেকে আমি যেন পাগলের মতন ওই মন্দির এদিক ওদিক সব। কাকে বলবো?
এরকম হতো যে ছেলে ফিরতো না রাতে, এরকম অনেক দিন হয়েছে?
না না, ও সকালবেলা খেলতো, খেলাধুলা করতো, পড়ালেখা করতো, তারপরে স্কুলে যেত, স্কুল থেকে আসতো, বক্সিং খেলতে যেত, ওখান থেকে আসতো, আবার ঘরে পড়ালেখা করে ব্যাস। ও খেতো দিত, নিজের মতন থাকতো। বাবা
বক্সিং জানতো সঞ্জয়?
হ্যাঁ, ও বাবার শাসনও ছিল খুব। কিন্তু এখন যে এরকম হয়ে গেল, ভাই বোন সব, এই যে জায়গাটা এসে আমি এই জায়গায়, এখন এই জায়গায় আমি আরো ইয়ে হতাম, তা এখন মানে দিনের পর দিন দেখছি ইয়ে হয়ে যাচ্ছে। টাইমে আসছে, টাইমে যাচ্ছে। যদি কোনো অবজেকশন দেখতাম তবে তো বলতাম যে বাবু এত দেরি হলো কেন, এত লেট হলো কেন, তা তো না, টাইমে।
All right, that's the mother of Sanjay Roy who says that he's never misbehaved with anyone and that he could be framed. But well, all we know here is that Sanjay Roy's DNA, his forensics, and he being part of the CCTV footage clearly indicates that he's the man who's committed the crime. And as per the CBI report, he's been, in fact, called a sexual pervert and a man who has animal instincts, that he's ruthless, remorseless after carrying out that crime as well. I'm right here where the protest is currently happening. That's the protest site. I spoke to two of the colleagues of the young trainee doctor who've given us a detailed understanding on the failures on the part of the RG Kar Hospital for not cracking down the case as per protocols. They've spoken about the young trainee doctor being ambitious and how they're not going to move from this agitation site until justice is brought. Listen in. Some of the friends of Abhaya who've worked and studied with her at the RG Kar College and Hospital, they've been seated here for the last 2 weeks and they insist that there's a lot more that needs to be uncovered. I'm going to try and get a sense of what was Abhaya like while today we're grieving her death. Would you want to tell us a little more about Abhaya that we don't know of? I know that she was a lovely girl, very aspirational, was doing well in her course, but something that you would remember her for.
See, we are all colleagues, but we don't know each other personally. Obviously, you are speaking about ambition. People here are ambitious. Otherwise, they won't get into this toughest course, doing duty like this inhuman hours of duty. No one is inambitious doing this kind of duty for so many years. We have almost lost our youth doing MBBS, and after that, so many years of preparation, and finally into this PG-ship course. So whatever has happened has never happened before. At least no one of us has heard this before. So it's really unexpected. We are sitting for that only.
I just want to know, because we are talking about the crime, the heinous crime that has happened. It shouldn't happen to anyone, but a little to remember her.
See, she was from a very middle class family, not from a very well-to-do family, not born with a silver or golden spoon. Okay, so whatever she got in her life or whatever we'd rather get in life, it's really from starting from the roots. Starting from the roots, we don't have anything left from our ancestors. Whatever she had achieved from her own, starting from a big zero. Okay, so it's really a big loss to our parents, first of all, because others, no one has anything to lose apart from the parents. Whatever It's a loss. The biggest loss is for her parents. And at the same time, we don't feel safe anymore to work in this environment. Whenever we used to give night duties, we never had this thought even at the back of our minds that something closest to this could happen. But now,
Can you tell me when the incident happened and the college and hospital authorities were alerted about it? Did you all hear about it immediately?
No, actually the incident happened late night, but we got to know at 11:30, 12 the next day. So we didn't get to know immediately. Yeah,
You all were on duty that same day.
yes.
Did nobody? There was no speculation around that something like this had happened.
No, nothing.
departments are entirely different. This is the emergency department. We are people from gynae obs and she's from anesthesia. We did not get to know anything. Suddenly, out of the blue, we came to know that something horrific like this has happened at around 11 to 12.
And why are you protesting still 2 weeks on, despite assurances that investigation will go the right direction?
See, previously in 2019, when that Poribahoda had been beaten, similar assurances had been given. But now at present in 2024, we stand in this situation. So there is no point of these assurances. And first of all, our demand number one was that the culprit should be arrested at the earliest. And today so many days have passed and we have no clue about who has done. And about
You don't believe that Sanjay Roy was the only one who...
maybe he was involved, but it's not sufficient for a man like him, of his stature, of his caliber, to do such a big and heinous crime. Like,
Why do you say that?
because you have seen the amount of injuries and this amount of suffering she has been inflicted upon, and it's not sufficient for a layman like him. That's obvious for every person right now watching this, that it's not sufficient for him to do this. It's not of his caliber.
What about the infrastructure inside? Do you really ever felt unsafe like that?
No, we never felt unsafe before. Until this incident happened, we never felt it was unsafe because this hospital is like our second home. I'm not from Kolkata or West Bengal. I'm from Andhra Pradesh. I got seat here. I came here with many hopes, but after this incident, I am not at all feeling safe here. So
Why do you feel that there is a lot to blame even of the hospital administration, the way they dealt with this case?
obviously, the way they dealt with this case is not acceptable. Like it was a clear-cut rape and murder case, but when we see the girl, it is clear that it was a rape case. But I don't know how they projected it as a suicide. So from the very start, they took it in a very wrong direction way, which is not acceptable.
What other lapses do you feel has happened as part of the hospital, on the hospital?
First of all, your workplace should be the most secure place after your home to stay in. And this sort of a crime taking place in your workplace is itself a big loophole.
We hear that the FIR was filed only at 11:30 p.m. in the night when the crime happened the previous day.
Yeah, after the cremation, everything got ended. The FIR was filed. So obviously, it is not acceptable. Whatever happened in the beginning after the crime, everything went in a wrong direction. That is why we are sitting here and protesting to know what actually happened, what actually the truth is. But 2 weeks are already over. We are nowhere near the truth. So
You're not happy with what right now the investigation proceedings have happened?
Yeah, we are people, you see, that who actually work at a stretch for 36 hours, 48 hours. We are not here to spend a vacation. And our demands are also not something very luxurious, okay? It's a basic demand that we should be allowed the right to a safe, secured workplace. And it's a very basic demand, and it's just a very basic demand, the right to live. And if this safety we are not provided in our own workplace, then how can we work? How can we work freely?
Supreme Court has asked for the doctors to get back to work. Will you take that direction?
See, we, as much as the public wants us to go back to work, we ourselves want to go back to work because we are here, postgraduate students, we have come here to learn. But this is something that we can't stop in midway like this because this is a very heinous crime, and once we stop midway, as I said earlier, crimes like this will further increase in future because after this amount of protest, we can't leave this midway before the culprit gets arrested.
But the Supreme Court has asked to call off the strike, the doctors to get back to work. Will you follow that direction or will you stay here?
No. We'll never follow that because she's our colleague. She's not some other human person. She's our colleague, and until we get the justice, we'll not call off this strike, and we'll do whatever we can in our power.
One message you want to send out to the hospital authorities now if you go back to work?
I mean, the hospital authorities have to take safety measures for for their students and doctors. It is their responsibility to keep us safe, which they failed. So I hope
Why did they demolish that wall?
we actually got to know that they are going to renovate the floor, but I don't know the actual reason.
After the crime happened.
Yeah, after the crime.
Obviously, it was ridiculous, and we don't have any idea that why these things are going on to secure whom, to mask whom. And once things get a little bit prominent and a little bit visible, a little bit transparent, perhaps that time public will get to know. But now we are in a much dilemma situation as people are.
Well, these are the two girls who were colleagues of Abhaya working at the RGKR hospital. They say they're not worried about attendance, not worried about being away or being punished for not working for the last 2 weeks, but they will fight and ensure that justice is brought to Abhaya. Let's just hope this fight brings fruit. With camera person Pavan, Nabila for India Today, Kolkata, right outside the RGKR hospital. Right, that's it from me here, as we know that these doctors have taken this so personally that they're willing to let go of their careers if that's really the price they've got to pay, because 2 weeks on continued protest, it would only mean that they're going to be marked absent. Their attendance is going to be showing a huge gap. How are they going to compensate for that? I'm not too sure, but they clearly told me that they're not bothered about their career because all they want is justice so that this does not happen to another girl in the future. India Today promises to keep the cameras rolling and the spotlight on them as the investigation continues.